How's it going, guys? It is time for the Raw results slash review. So, tonight's show, it started off with John Laurinaitis coming out, and he said that the reason why he attacked John Cena and named himself as John Cena's opponent is that, John Cena embarrassed him last week, calling him names, making fun of his voice, and just questioning his authority or calling him stupid or stuff like that. So he got tired of it, and that's what happens when he loses his temper. So, afterwards, he says anybody that's gonna make fun of his voice from now on is gonna be punished, and that he, the reason why his voice is like that is like this. I am the Executive Vice President of Talent Relations and the Interim General Manager of Monday Night Raw, Mr. John Laurinaitis. It's because he got injured in Japan, and somehow that affected his voice. And he goes on to say that he was, I think, The Rock, the Stone Cold Steve Austin, and who else? I think Hulk Hogan. Yeah, I think he said The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the Hulk Hogan of Japan. And yeah, he basically cuts a promo on John Cena that he's gonna face him over the limit, and he's gonna finish what Brock Lesnar started. And then Punk comes out. He bashes John Laurinaitis, says he can't wait to see John Cena beat up John Laurinaitis at the pay-per-view, and then John Laurinaitis puts him in a match in the main event against Lord Tensai. And after that, CM Punk gets out of the ring, and you have Big Show versus Rhodes. Well, wait, actually, before the actual match between Big Show and Rhodes for the IC title, it's a rematch for the Big Show. Big Show was backstage, and John Laurinaitis was coming back, from the ring, and he was on his cell phone as always, and he runs into the Big Show from behind, and then basically tells Big Show he's stupid and that he should get out the way when he sees his boss. And then once he leaves, the Big Show starts making fun of his voice, and when he turns around, Eve is there crossing her arms at him and just staring at him. Afterwards, you have the actual match, Big Show versus Rhodes. Match ends in a countout. Rhodes just leaves with the title, so Big Show wins by countout. Right afterwards, Eve comes out, and she demands the Big Show apologize. At first, he says sorry, but she says she wants him to apologize. So then he says, "I apologize for making fun of John Laurinaitis' voice." And then you had Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler in a one-on-one match, and in the end, Dolph Ziggler wins with the zigzag. And afterwards, you had John Cena in an interview via satellite. He wasn't actually in the arena, and Michael Cole was the one being, interviewing John Cena. He asked him some pretty basic questions. And at the end, he actually asks John Cena if he's scared of John Laurinaitis, and that, Michael Cole has seen videos of John Laurinaitis competing in the past, and that he's really talented and good. John Cena says he's scared, but he's scared that John Laurinaitis might hurt himself before actually getting to the event, getting to Over the Limit. So he doesn't want John Laurinaitis to get injured, to injure himself, before Over the Limit, because he wants to get his hands on him. And afterwards, Maxine and Natalya versus Layla and Kelly tag team match. Now here's the thing, I thought Natalya was a face. Apparently not, or maybe she's a face paired up with a heel in Maxine, I don't know. Anyways, the match ends up with Layla picking up the victory for her team with the neckbreaker finisher. And then you had Del Rio and Jericho versus Randy Orton and the World Heavyweight Champion Sheamus. And this match actually, led to something. It wasn't just a match thrown together. There was a reason for this match, and I'll tell you that reason in just a few moments. So, the winners of the match end up being Del Rio and Jericho. What happens is, at the end of the match, Sheamus goes for the Brogue Kick. But, he was going for the Brogue Kick, by the way, on Jericho, but Jericho ducks, so then he hits Randy instead. Randy was right behind Jericho, so he hits Randy, turns around, code breaker, and Jericho picks up the victory for Sheamus. A much needed victory in my opinion for Jericho, because Jericho's been losing every single pay-per-view match. And the only guy he's beaten so far, I think, is Kofi Kingston. But anyways, after the match, Sheamus tries picking up, Randy because he hit him by accident, and then Randy lands the RKO on Sheamus, and no, I'm pretty sure this isn't a heel turn by Randy. Anyways, afterwards, you've got all of them backstage complaining. First off, Jericho goes, in John Laurinaitis' office. He tells Johnny Ace, I want a title shot. I just beat the champion. And then Del Rio comes. He says, no, I was, the #1 contender first. I beat Sheamus first a while back. Then Randy comes out, comes in, and he says he wants a title shot. Then Sheamus comes in. They all start to, beat each other up. And eventually, John Laurinaitis tells Sheamus that he's going to make the match a fatal 4-way match at Over the Limit. So I'm excited about that because I was not looking forward to Del Rio versus Sheamus. And then you had Paul Heyman coming out to Brock Lesnar's music. He came and delivered a message from Brock Lesnar, which ended up where Paul Heyman says Brock Lesnar quits, which I'm pretty sure is the storyline. And then he has some stupid segment where Big Show is backstage with, a couple of stars from a TV show on the USA Network. They laugh about John Laurinaitis. They make some jokes about him. They make fun of his voice. And Big Show laughs. Then Eve is behind him again. And then for the main event, while CM Punk was making his entrance, his music cut off. Johnny Ace came out and he changed the main event at the last second and made it a handicap match. Instead, it was going to be Lord Tensai and Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk. And the winners are Daniel Bryan and Lord Tensai. They win after Lord Tensai horribly botches his two-handed chokeslam finisher, and then hits the freaking spits the green mist in his hand, and then does his claw finisher. And Lord Tensai and Daniel Bryan win. After they win, Daniel Bryan actually locks on the Yes Lock twice after the match is over, and that ends the show. So when it comes to Raw tonight, I didn't really enjoy the show. I didn't really like it. The only thing I did like was them switching the one-on-one match for Over the Limit for the World Heavyweight Championship from Del Rio versus Sheamus to a fatal 4-way between Randy, Del Rio, Sheamus, and Jericho. That should be a great match. And Paul Heyman returning. That's basically the two good moments for Raw. For me at least. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Thank you for your support. If you did like this video, you can always click that like button. I'd really appreciate it. And that's about it, guys. See ya.